Okay, we're working.
Hey, my name is Vergne, and I'm going to give a presentation on solar power. Okay, now we have to find what is solar power. Solar power is energy received, sent by the sun, and it can manifest in two ways: heat and light. Okay, so what options are there for solar power? Well, you have your solar panels, which are commonly known, and you have your solar water heaters, and then you have even more commonly known solar furnaces. So what are solar cells, most commonly? Well, solar cells are what they essentially do is they take light and they convert it into energy. What are they used for? Well, right now they aren't all that efficient, so they're mostly used for calculators, watches. However, that doesn't mean that they're limited to small things. They're also commonly used in satellites, such as Hubble telescope. How do solar panels work? Well, this right here is a semiconductor. What it essentially does is it creates an electric field, but it's also unstable, so that when a photon of enough energy hits it, an electron will be freed and will be carried by that electric field to create a current. So why are they so inefficient? Well, electromagnetic waves aren't monochromatic. They have a variety of frequencies and therefore energies. And so what happens is that you need to have a certain level of energy in order to free that electron. That's called the band gap. And now this is a table of a variety of band gaps and the typical typical efficiency ranges. Now what happens is that let's say that you have a band gap of 1.1 electron volts, and you have a photon that hits it, it's about 1.7. You get that 1.1 electron volt power, but you lose the 0.6 to heat. And so that's why these efficiencies are so low. A way to mitigate that is by stacking materials with different band gaps on top of each other, highest to lowest, so you're able to absorb a wide range of power. Now that we're done with light, what about heat? What is solar water heating? Speaks for itself. You're heating water using solar power. So here's an active types of solar water heaters. There are two types, active and passive. Active needs a little boost for it to work, like from a pump or from something else, and are not independent. So here's a little thing that's in that. Well, cold water is pumped to a water tank, and when there's sunlight, the pump activates to bring it to a solar collector. The solar collector inputs heat, and it goes back to the water tank. The top portion, because that way the cold water stays at the bottom, hot water stays at the top. And when you need it, you got it. Here's a passive type. What they did was they essentially put both of these on, they combined the water tank and the solar collector. This way, it's completely independent as the pump. However, this is going to be on your roof. I hope you have a certain roof. I hope you don't have earthquakes. So let's talk some more fun. Solar furnaces. What's this? You're essentially concentrating the light sent from the sun into a single point. And what are they used for? Well, this one is used for power in entire town. How do they work? You have an array of solar collectors. Of mirrors, and they all direct the sunlight at a concave or parabolic mirror. A parabolic mirror concentrates all of that solar energy into a single point, which can reach actually up to around 330,000 degrees Celsius. That's enough to melt any kind of metal you want. And it can also melt salt, which is commonly used to be used later as to heat of water for steam power plants. So what are the problems for? Okay, well, temperature. If you live in a cold area, the heat types don't work for you. Sorry. If you invest poorly, you're not going to get much out of solar at all. Home orientation. If you live in a city and you don't get a lot of sunlight, or you live in an area that doesn't get a lot of sunlight in general, solar isn't your best bet. Building regulations. If you live in a place that only has earthquakes, you don't want to have a heavy, solar array on your roof. So why should you even care? Well, it's green. We all know this. You know, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Well, and then if you invest properly, you know, like for example, a batch type passive solar collector, it's $100, and you can use that, you know, like for like 10 years, and it can really help you reduce your water bills. Convenience. Well, every single bit of your power is just like done by solar energy. You don't have to worry about paying your power bill anymore, or even your water bill, your gas bill. Efficiency. In 1 minute, enough sunlight reaches the Earth to power the world for like a year. And we're engineers. Imagine we do that power. Giant fighting over that. Okay, and that's where I'm going to end my presentation.